up? My name's Cody. I'm with Sheep Davis, and today we are getting the YouTube channel off the ground. We are getting into the mix of our very first song, Get By, and we're going to go over the production a little bit, some of the cool stuff that came up while writing the song, and yeah, that's going to be that. I'm going to try and keep this short and sweet because I will go and ramble on forever. So let's go ahead and start with the very first thing. If you look up here, up at the top, it says Edit Sheep Davis 3 Empire Beats Official. That was a working title. We didn't end up going with that. But Empire Beats is because there is a drum library from, I believe, Kontakt called Empire Beats, and it was this 90s boom bop collection. I got a ad for it on YouTube, and I immediately went and bought it. I loved it. I loved the sound of it. I said, whatever the next song is that I write, I'm going to start with that. And that's exactly what I did. So these are not real drums in this song. I don't know if you thought they were, but they're not. They are programmed drums, and let's take a listen to them so you can hear what they sound like soloed. Here we go. That is literally what got the whole song going. I came up with that drum beat. I had selected, I went through it and used a preset. I went through, I said, here's a kick drum I like, here's a snare drum I like, here's toms, hats, whatever. And I came up with that drum beat and I just started writing. I believe probably the first thing I wrote for this song was maybe the verse guitar riff. So maybe something like this. Yeah, and that's that. That drum beat doesn't change much. That is it. I've never done this. I've never used this kind of programmed drums. Any kind of programmed drums I've ever used, the whole point of them was to sound real. That was never the point. Let's get into the guitars a little bit. You just got to hear a tiny little clip of them. I'll go here into this section and we'll solo out some guitars and bass. Go into the solo. I can't recommend Neural DSP enough to anybody. I tell everybody about it. If you record music at home, if you play guitar, bass, anything, Neural DSP, they're making the greatest guitar plugins. That is, a combination of some of my guitars direct into the interface using the Neural DSP plugins. I think I'm using Archetype Nolly, if you're familiar with these. People would say that that's like a metal plugin. They're obviously very versatile. You can do a lot. This is not a metal song. So shout out to them. Let me bring awareness to our sponsor real quick. Today's video is sponsored by Fresh Linen Candles. Take the smell of fresh linen wherever you go with Fresh Linen Candles. Back. Let's see here. Okay. So We've talked about the guitar tones. We've talked about the drums. Let's get into some of these vocals. This is where it starts getting cool, and I get to talk about Mariel a little bit.
But you're telling me to get by with a little bit of more time. I can make enough to survive. You can learn a thing or two about.
All right. Cool stuff, cool harmonies. That's Mariel. That's what she does, man. That's I don't know. She's not a music theory person. She's nothing like that. She just did choir when she was a little kid, and it worked out. She understands harmony. Doesn't understand it, but she hears it, that's for sure. So always writing cool stuff. I'm gonna get into the chorus because there's a lot to talk about here.
Dad, say bye-bye, I don't need you. so long I can hear you. You're wrong, you better leave with all your doubt in.
The way that we are writing right now is that I'm coming up with some music, and then at some point I will kind of hit a point in the song where I can't really write anymore because I don't have vocals and I need direction on where the song's going, what needs to change, etc. And so I go and I play basketball, and while I'm out, she records some vocals because she won't do it while I'm home. And then I come home and I hear something and I go from there. And so the interesting thing with this song is that I recorded an intro and a verse and a pre-chorus, and I didn't know what to do for the chorus because I had no context of what the song was doing. So if you are familiar with the song, you can try and imagine that I am at this point in the song and there's no vocals. Okay, no chorus drop. You got to understand, I knew that that was going to be a pre-chorus. I was trying to set it up with a lot of space so that I could go into some kind of energetic chorus, but I didn't have anything yet. So I go to play basketball. I said, Mariel, I've got a verse, I've got a pre-chorus. If you get any ideas, just record it a cappella over the drums. And I just put some drums, the drum beat, the loop, from the previous parts. I put it in the chorus, and I came home and I basically heard this. There was no guitars, there was no bass, there was no percussion, so I heard this.
Say bye-bye, I don't need you. So long I can hear you. You're wrong, you better leave with all your doubt in.
I was like, oh, okay, that works. Yeah, I can work with that. So then I was fiddling around on the guitar, trying to figure out what to do, and I did something that I've never done, but I mean, it's not that crazy, but it worked. I just went through her harmony lines one by one, and I wrote down the notes on a piece of paper, kind of like this. I just wrote down what she was singing, and I noticed she was kind of going like this. And then she's like, and then she's like, and I didn't do it that fast. It took me a little bit longer, but I just wrote it down, and then I figured out some chords. What is she singing? She's singing this, and then she's singing this. That was the 3-part harmony. So, you know, that's kind of like an F sharp minor to a E major. So then, you know, naturally on guitar, I just give it a little. And then she sings this, which is like a A flat minor to a A major. And then this is my favorite part of the whole song and what really adds a lot of character. She sings this. And that might not sound all that interesting to you. But when you sing those 3 notes, it gives me a lot of options, because if I put an E in the root of that, I basically have an E minor. And if I put a C in the root of that, I get like a C major 7. So what I did was I put a C sharp in the root, and it kind of gives me the C sharp minor 7 flat 5 sound. And I said, that's really weird, but I'm going to roll with it. And it really, for me, it shaped the chorus musically. It made it interesting to me. It allowed me to do some cool stuff with the bass and stuff like that. So we get this. And then that's obviously just a walk right up the scale. So, yeah. You know, I'll say this about songwriting in general. Don't make rules for how you got to do things or what order you need to do things in. This song started with a drum beat. The chorus was written without any music. You know, just go with it. Go with it. And if it sounds good, it sounds good. That's the rules. So something I wanna dive into here is this percussion. This percussion track is adorable. I love this. Okay, check this out. All right, Mariel worked with little children, and she did a music class for them. And while doing that music class, she bought a bunch of cheap little percussion instruments, and I use them. I use all of them. I have a whole basket down here. That drum you're hearing, you got little tambourines and little this and little scratchy things. I don't even know. I think this is for a sport. I think you get on a horse and you like play golf or something with that. But anyway, I just sat here and I recorded them all one by one, and then I put them together, and it makes this beat go a little horde. Makes this beat kind of yeah, going horde. Love that. Add percussion to your choruses. It makes them groove a little bit better. All right, let's see. Is there anything else to talk about? We talked about the chords. We talked about the guitar tones. We talked about that. We can listen to this.
Say bye-bye.
Or not. Well, that just brings me to this. I guess the last thing we will get to is the bridge. Every song, I guess that's not true. I was gonna say every song has one of these. That's actually not true. Okay, since I was a little kid writing my first songs, I realized that bridges are my favorite. It's my favorite part of a song to write because, things kind of follow themselves. Verses are similar to verses, and choruses are similar to other choruses. But the bridge is your moment of the song to just kind of go off the rails if you so choose and do whatever you want. And the first thing, it was kind of jokingly, I was sitting here with the metronome going, and the second chorus was ending, and I really didn't know what to do, and I knew it was time for a bridge, and the first thing I did was I just played generic funk bass riff. That's insert right there. That's what I did, and I was kind of just joking with it, and then I wasn't joking with it, and then I was like, well, let me develop the idea a little bit, and let me see how I feel about it, and then that's kind of when we got into this realm here. At a certain point, your joke it's no longer a joke, and then you're kind of into it, and that's what happened here. It just grew on me, but the song was not complete. We had our verses and we had our choruses, but I needed another vocal session from Mariel, so I go and I play basketball, and I guess in my head, I kind of thought that this was going to be instrumental, this section of the song. I just thought this would be instrumental, and it'll bring us into the last chorus, and it'll bring us home, right? And then I come home, and she has rapped.
Don't go around putting others down. When you cut your up and stop facing the ground, and when you look up, your own path can be found, but you never know it 'cause you're fucking.
Whoa, yeah, she went there. That's exactly what she did. you know, more power to you. I'm not going to be the one that says you can't do something. Just like my funky bass riff that I kind of grew on me, I said, I don't know how I feel about this. This is very odd, but I'm going to give it some time. I'm going to let it grow on me a little bit, and that's exactly what it did. And then she did this cool harmony.
Down, putting others down when you cushion up inside. Facing the ground, you look up, your own path can be found. You never know it
Because you're what? Exactly. You know exactly what she's going to say. And then, we just continue with the funky bass, but we bring the... I'm trying not to say that.
I don't need you so long, I can hear you. You're wrong, you better leave with all your doubt in my mind. You can take it, I'm fine and I don't fake it. I'm trying to do my best to just get by.
And I kept that in there because that's just what you do. Sometimes you get these cute little moments, and you got to capture them, and you got to just roll with it. And I thought that was a nice touch to the end of the song. So look, there it is. This is our simple little cute song. It's a good time to say that I have no idea what will become of this project or what kind of music will get released from this project, because there's no rules. We're not trying to sound like this. This is just what came out. So stay tuned, and we will be back here for, In the Mix, Sheep Davis 4, Empire Beats Official 9, whatever it ends up being called. And yeah, I'm super excited for that. And I wish you all the best life and good health and salutations, and subscribe, like, follow, all of those keywords that we are to say. All right, I'm headed out. You stay classy. Bye.